Hello to all our sisters and brothers of the Machinists Union and our allies in the labor movement. This is the 141 Report, and I'm your host, Dave Lehigh, the communications representative for District Lodge 141. This week, our report topic turns towards machinist representation at DCA. We'll be speaking to the American Airlines Fleet Service Grievance Committee from Local 1759, as we hear from them about the large union membership working across the river from our nation's capital. Join us for this and much more as our 141 report starts now. Hello, brothers, and welcome to the 141 Report. How you guys doing this morning?
Hey, Dave. How you doing, man?
Hey, it's great to see you. We have a few things to talk about today. As always, as I start the program off, I would please ask each of you to tell me your name, how long you've worked in the airlines, how you got started helping the union, and what positions you have held and are currently holding. So, Brother Teray, why don't you go first?
Yeah, hey Dave, how you doing this morning? My name is Salieu. I'm the chairman for the Grievance Committee in DC. I started my career in Columbus, Ohio, and I worked with some great people in Columbus, Ohio. People from Dayton, Ohio, used to commute from Dayton, Ohio to Columbus. And I started my career in Columbus, and those senior agents that I worked with over there prepared me for what I am today as a union chairman, grievance committee chairman in DC. I started in 2005 as a fleet service agent with US Airways. And then we merged with American West in Columbus, Ohio. And then I ended up transferring to Charlotte. And I worked in Charlotte, and then I ended up transferring to DC, and I ended up in DC in 2008. I was hired in 2005. And so far, since I came to DC, I met great people, and I realized at the time, the representation was not as strong as it was. So I was a junior person, and I said, in order for, but just talking, it doesn't fix problem. You have to be part of the association to make it better. And then I joined, and I remember the committee chair at the time asked me to be his committee member. And since then, I've learned a lot, and that's how I got myself prepared and find myself to run for the position. And now I am the chairman in DC.
Wow.
I've been with the company for 16 years.
So you basically you weren't even a shop steward yet, but felt the need, and there was a vacancy, and you got on the committee?
Yes.
Wow, that's great. That's really taking the bull by the horns. That's very, very ambitious. Good job. Good job. Right. Brother Devontae, why don't you give me your backstory?
I started in January 30th of 2006. I came in under the US Airways era, and we merged with American West. I met Brother Teray back in 2008 when he came here. I can say that we've been through a lot together within the transformations of the unions, and I've learned a lot from the previous union, but we just saw something a little different. And it was a time where we had not a disagreement, but a misunderstanding about the shoveling of the snow. And he grabbed me and another clerk, and we went in the the, what do you call it? We went into the pilot's office, and I believe we called Mark Basket, and we got some answers.
Okay.
Found out that we was not supposed to be shoveling the snow. And at that point, I said, okay, this is where it begins. With making changes for the better.
So then you stepped up and you got on board the committee with.
Yeah, I started. I slowly walked after that incident. I slowly walked into the union for being a shop steward.
Okay.
The pit bull shop steward, if you would call it. And it took time for me to learn how to address certain situations. Not going in there yelling and screaming all the time. Sometimes you have to just, relax a little bit. And it took me some time to learn that, to the point to where recently, within the last year, I was promoted to committee. And now I understand why it wasn't just a jump, because I had to learn, and be taught.
Yeah, sometimes you got to walk before crawl before you can walk, right?
I agree.
You work, you get the education, get a little experience, and work your way up. So great. Brother Richard, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Morning, Dave. Welcome to DCA. First,
thank you.
Originally, I'm from Peru, Lima, Peru, and I've been working 16 years. I was hired in 2005, Legacy US, and it's amazing how this station has grown. Since I was hired 2005, we were just on 120 fleet service agents, and through my career, I met amazing people who helped me to become the person who I am right now. And for the last 4 years, I was a shop steward, helping our union members to through some issues. And for the last year, I became a part of the grievance committee under today's leadership, and I'm always glad to learn and be able to help our members wherever they need us.
Okay. All right. So now we got the background done on everybody. Why don't we start, getting some questions here. So Brother Teray, I was glad to have had the chance to walk the property with you and your committee the other day. Can you tell our viewers about how big in size is the represented group at DCA?
Right now, we with the pandemic, people retired. Some people took the leave, and some people literally retired as well. We are currently 520 members strong in DCA, including our TWU brothers and sisters. And the committee is proud to inform everyone out there that the association in DC is strong and we are unified.
Excellent. So our viewers understand we represent two groups there? We represent the fleet service group and then the ops people?
Yes,
okay.
We do represent operations. It's called HCC, the control tower, pretty much.
I'm going to get to that in a minute. So let me get these other clarified questions out there. So we have an association with the Transport Workers Union. How big of a mix, like percentage wise, is it a 50-50 mix of TW to IAM, or is the IAM smaller? About kind of give our viewers an idea of the group size, so they get an understanding of the working relationship that we have with the other union.
Yeah, we can just put it this way. We're about 75%. IAM 75%.
Okay, and about 25% TW.
TW, yes.
Okay, all right. Because in some stations, we're outnumbered. This is a station that is a little bit more on the more IAM side, but you go to a station, say like Boston, it may be a little bit more for the TW, or right about even. Philadelphia, it's very dominant for the IAM. So every station is a little bit different around the country. So can you tell the viewers what it's like having a union association partner in helping on issues workers have with management?
Yes, having an association partner with our TWIM. It's a wonderful thing, and it's a phenomenal representation. We are together in sitting down for bidding conversations, and we sit down and look through the bid lines. We are all together in every operational issues pertaining the scope of work. We partner with both. We never actually, it's just an IAM thing. In as much as we outnumbers the TWU, but we don't make that known or let it or put that and make it a mockery out of it.
Right.
We work together. We
Absolutely.
fight together. We go through everything and up to the representation. The IAM in our leadership, we have. I remember a grievance that agents on their side was out for 1 year, and we fought so hard. We never let that go through arbitration. We fought it and got that guy's job back.
That's the way things work. We work together, right? And that's the thing I want to. Our strength is our unity between our two organizations.
Yes.
Right. And it's great to hear that you guys got a good working relationship there in Washington, Reagan. So, one of the things you mentioned is with the TW, you guys are in your union office right now, right?
Yes.
And so you share the union office with the TW right there, and you're able to sit down and work on grievances together and have discussions away from management in that office, right?
That is correct. And
Yeah, okay.
we have Vesic, who is the grievance chair for TWU before the association itself.
Okay.
Was before the contract was ratified.
Okay.
But we are together. He has a key to this office.
Good.
He has access to the grievance files that we permit him to have access to, whether we are here, we're not here. He has access to access.
That's the way it works in all the other states. But I wanted our viewers that are maybe not, un-American, to know, how this association is working. And it's from what you're describing, it's working very well. So I had a chance to visit many of the work areas and meet many of the members at the airports. How many gates do our union members work in DCA?
We have 21 gates that we worked in DCA.
21 gates. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, you sound like you some of you kind of got thrown into the committee almost, but have any of you had any training outside? You've had shop steward training maybe through District 141. Have
Yes.
you've done training with that?
Yeah,
Levante, you done any training yet?
I haven't done mine yet. I've been gone. I just came back from TDY, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things.
All
But I
right.
will be taking it real soon.
Richard, how about yourself? You got any training yet?
Yeah, actually, I'm scheduled for next month leadership one.
Leadership. Hey, that's wonderful. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And Taru, you've had some leadership training, right?
Yes, I've gone through Whipper-Singer with Leadership 1, and now
that's
I'm
good.
scheduled for Leadership 2.
Yeah,
Right.
with the Whipper-Singer Center now open again, they're slowly getting the system back up and running. So if you haven't gotten your training yet, guys, I do encourage you to get that training under your belt. It would definitely help you out working grievances and whatnot. So during my visit, I had a chance to talk to the ops members that we were talking about. What was the name that you called it? A hub what?
Hub Control Center.
Hub Control Center. And how many members do we have working in that important department?
We have about 17 members that works there.
Yeah, I had a chance. when we walked through the other day, you had a chance to introduce me to a couple of people. Who was the young lady that we were talking to?
Yeah, you did spoke with Patty.
Okay.
That's
And who was the
that's
brother?
her name.
Yeah, do you remember the brother that we talked to? Because I have.
Yes, that was Butcher, Tyler Butcher.
Okay. Yeah.
He is the safety guy for the control center.
Oh, good. That was going to be one of my follow-up questions later on about safety. I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So District 141 has officers assigned to DCA. And who do you guys work with, from District 141?
Steve Miller and Mark Basket.
And can you tell our viewers about the working relationship you have with Steve and Mark? And what departments do they cover? Do they both cover the ramp or?
No, Steve Miller is in charge of the entire ramp operation. The control center is controlled by Mark Basket.
Okay.
But so far, I would tell you, those two leaders play a tremendous role in my development personally, and that also trickle down to my committee development. I've learned a lot along the way, and in the beginning it was rough because I was new to the job and I was trying to get an understanding. You know, when you have this young growing up, coming up, trying to put his feet up and get it going, and you try to figure things out, and you know, so I struggled a little bit, but I will tell you this, I am proud, and my committee is also proud. We're proud to have them as our leaders, that they reach out to us. There is nothing we need, questions, concerns, things that we want to know more. They are always available to reach out to us, and we'll always get the right answers from them as well.
Yeah, they're really two good guys. And, Mark worked on the contract, and, Steve Miller worked on the contract. We had some great individuals that are there in DC helping you guys out. You guys are very, very lucky. In general, what kind of grievances do you guys primarily handle? I mean, what do you guys come across? You don't have to go into specifics, but, is it overtime bypass? Is it, time card issues? What you kind of give our viewers an idea what you guys are dealing with.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing I know very well. Some of our brothers and sisters in other stations, they have issues with overtime or bypasses or whatever. We are proud to tell every member out there and let them know that in DC, we are proud to say to District Lodge 141 that we do not have an overtime bypass issue. Every member, we do have someone by the name of Greg White. He is responsible for all overtime bypasses or whatever. Every member is paid by contract that you don't even have to lift a finger once you are bypassed. Every issue on overtime is resolved. The issues that we have is individual members that are not following sometimes policies and get caught in some issues that they shouldn't be doing.
So how big is your shop steward force in DC? How many members do you have?
Yeah, right now it fluctuates due to the pandemic. Right now we are around 21, 22 members, 21, 22 members that we have right now.
Okay. All right.
Shop Stewards, yeah.
So we were talking a minute ago about safety. You had a safety rep in the hub area. What about on the ramp? Do you have somebody that stands out for safety? Who's your safety?
Yes. On the safety portion, we have another great guy. His name is Jonathan Weatherspoon.
Okay.
He is a phenomenal guy, no nonsense. He takes care of the membership. He takes care. He has his group that combined with TWU, that they run that department, whereas our members are very much comfortable. They are okay with that leadership with Jonathan Weatherspoon in how he tackle issues regarding health and safety in DC. So far, we are doing a great job when it comes to the safety chairman.
Okay, so then if you guys have bigger issues, you guys can always turn to Tony D. And
Yes.
Dennis Spencer is another person that you would kick it to in District 141, right?
Yes, and he's charge of the GSAP program as well.
Yeah. Thank God we got that GSAP program. That's a good program.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. Where do you think the membership would be right now if we hadn't ratified the industry-leading contract that we have at American in 2020?
Yeah. If we hadn't ratified the contract, with the pandemic, with the company, I believe, or we believed, will use the pandemic to lay off great employees, machinist employees from system-wide.
Yeah.
So we are grateful. We are happy that the contract makes it different, that if it stopped the company from using the pandemic to lay off, had it not been the new contract that we have, the
Right.
association building on that,
Right.
we would have seen a tsunami of employees losing their jobs system-wide.
Oh, yeah.
So we thank the 141 for that.
You know, there was a news briefing the other day about Delta Airlines. Their CEO came on there, and they basically said that we're not going to be giving out any more raises, right, to the employees, right? All those workers over there are non-union, and we have a contract now. It's in effect at American Airlines, and we have guaranteed raises built in over the life of the agreement. So, you know, when a lot of people say, you know, look at the grass over at Delta, and they think it's so nice and green. It's not so green right now because they're not going to be looking at pay raises over there. We're looking at pay raises at American because we have an IAM contract, TW Association, that we have it in place. We have a contract that will provide for our members. So some good things going on there for our members. Do any of you three want to say anything about being an IAM member or about this great union?
Been working 16 years here. And this is my only station. I see great people, and the people here in DC, they're proud of what they do, they love what they do, and they care for each other. And thanks for that. Thanks for the contract we have. Again, I don't know what would we do without that. And thanks, IAM.
Well, thank you, brothers. I appreciate the time this week, especially escorting me around, meeting the membership, and allowing District 141 to spotlight the members on the work you're doing there to represent the membership, and for coming on today to give us a report about Washington Reagan Airport. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this wraps up this week's 141 report. Our last week's broadcast about Labor Day was well received by the membership, with nearly 4,000 members tuning in to watch our report. As always, you can visit our Facebook page and watch any previous video report, or tune into our podcast channel and listen to our programming. You can easily find links on our im141.org website on the front page, lower right side, to find the links. This concludes this report this week. I want to thank everyone. Have a very safe and healthy weekend. Bye for now.